because there's a lot going on. And what's going on? Well, a lot. And we need to talk about it because, all right, y'all seen yesterday's episode of GTS Wrestling. People were pissed. What's up, guys? What's up, Walter? What's up, Garrett? What's up, James? Thanks, you guys, for being here. Normally, I would have put out a vlog today, but I was like, I felt I needed to connect with you guys. Like, I like talking to you guys. I like seeing Rich Sports there and Yo MJ3. You know, I like being able to interact with you guys live. Even though, I recorded some vlog things over the weekend, just stuff being at the stores, but stuff with Katie, you know. Oh, yeah, people are starting to fill in now. What's up, guys? We have a lot to discuss. You guys, like I said, you guys all saw yesterday's video. I'm going to put this up a little higher. If you guys want to send in super chats, if you guys want to support the show, send in super chats, ask questions. I will answer all your questions here tonight. Anything on, so a lot of people keep saying, why do I keep trying to end GTS? And a lot of the reason why I keep trying to end GTS is everything keeps falling apart. Nothing is going the way that it should be going. A lot of people think like GTS wrestling, it's wrestling. It's a scripted fake show. And it's like, well, we try, but people constantly and consistently go into business for themselves and shoot. And when they shoot, then sometimes it's like, well, I guess it made good content. I guess we'll roll with it. So things become a worked shoot. But the more we accept people going into shoots, the more people try to do it. And then you don't have a scripted wrestling show anymore. Now it's become a shoot. And you can't have a wrestling shoot. Richard Worley, thank you for being here, dude, and thank you for the super chat. And I'm going to answer that right now. Grim, what do you think is the box on Raw Monday? I think it was Chris Jericho. Thank you, Richard Worley. I think a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are trying to say that it's Chris Jericho in the box. And considering he wasn't at the Royal Rumble, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to agree with you, Richard Worley. I think that the build-up box is the obvious return of Chris Jericho. And I think that's cool. It's kind of like a gobbledygooker thing, and a lot of people say, oh, GTS isn't ending. GTS is clickbaiting. It wasn't clickbait. I really ended the show. I really quit, and I really tapped out, and I really went upstairs. You guys saw it. Oh, how is that clickbait if I really fucking quit? Like, go fuck yourselves. It's so annoying. Oh, this stuff clickbaiting. Clickbait your asshole. Maybe because you fucks don't click on the video if it says crazy wrestling match that happened in my yard. You won't fucking click on it. But if I say, well, now I quit because of this crazy bullshit, now you can't come on and go, oh, fuck you for clickbaiting. You only click on it to yell at me for clickbaiting. Go fuck yourself. The whole point of YouTube is to get you to click the video and watch it. It's the whole point of YouTube. Every video is clickbait. It's trying to get you to click the video to watch it, you fucking retards. I hate people who complain. If it was clickbait, it would say, John Cena came to GTS and ended my career, and then there's no John Cena. That's clickbait, you fucking idiots. Saying that John Cena was at my show and he wasn't there. Or saying that a plane crashed in the yard and then there's no fucking airplane whatsoever. That's clickbait, you fucking moron. I actually quit the fucking show. That was real. I really did quit. Thank you, MM Punk, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. But no question. So I'll continue with my rant. That is bullshit, and people complain about clickbait. Go fuck yourselves. I really did quit. I really did put an end. I've been trying to quit GTS. Oh, you quit every month. Yeah, because I've been trying to end the fucking show. Why have I been trying to end the fucking show? Because I don't feel like it's getting the respect that it deserves. I feel like that people keep going into business for themselves. I feel like people aren't respecting the brand like the people in the past did. It's just a lot of things that the roster does piss me off, and it's hard to explain to you guys because you got to be on the inside to understand it. Richard Worley, thank you for the super chat. Grim, it's Richard again. I think Chris Jericho to be the final male wrestler to be in the chamber. What do you think? That would be crazy. So if they did interject Chris Jericho into the Elimination Chamber, and he's one of the last guys in the pod, that means he has a chance to main event at WrestleMania for one of the titles. Is that going to happen? I don't know. So, is GTS actually done? People keep asking the question, right? Well, did you watch the video? Go watch the video because it was very much left hanging in the balance because you need to go by the script. We're on backstage where you really talk to everyone like WWE. As an indie worker, I'm sure the locker room can get annoying. Yeah, thank you guys for sending in the comments, and thank you guys for sending in the super chats. It can get real annoying. And like I said, trying to deal with... All right. You know what pissed me off? I saw a video. Alex Zane is out there. Some other company copied the loser belt, right? Just bring back MJ Appleballs. He is back. My Fitness Journey 18. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. MJ Appleballs is back. He was in the last video. It was Adam playing him. All right, so Alex Zane... he used to be on WWE, like that Evolve show. He's a GCW guy. I saw a clip of him at a playground doing a loser belt skit, and they copied it, right? Now, look, no hate, no shade, whatever. Everything in wrestling gets copied. You know, I use the Money in the Bank. I call it food in the fridge, you know. Hey, Zebra World, thank you. Jesus loves you. Grim, you inspired me to collect figures. And you goddamn right. Jesus loves me, and Jesus loves you too, Zebra. Thank you for being here, and thank you for that super chat. That means a lot, dude. I appreciate the hell out of that. What was I talking about again? I forget what I was just talking about. Jim Cornette spoke about you on his podcast. Oh, he did? What did he say about me? That's cool. Well, no, GTS ending. Like I said, dealing with a lot of the things that I got to deal with. Talk about, Alex saying the loser belt, right? Okay, so they copied it, right? And I see that going around. And this is the problem. Now, everybody's going to think that the loser belt's so cool because Alex Zane is doing it, whatever. Meanwhile, I came up with it fucking 15 years ago, and nobody wants the loser belt because they're too cool to be a loser. I have a problem booking the loser belt because everybody thinks they're too cool to be a loser. This is all, if I ever get the loser belt, I'd quit GTS. Like, everybody's too cool. You know? Yeah, and like I said, yes, Blake Christensen and Alex Zane did cook. Richard Worley, thank you for the 5. Graham, have you seen that the Inspiration, a.k.a. the Iconics, have joined AEW, and what do you think? Yes, I did see that they joined AEW, and I think that's great. I'm happy for them. I love the Iconics. Look, I got their figures literally right there, right up front, right here. You got Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and I met both of them at the Performance Center. And they were wonderfully nice to me. And they didn't have to be nice to me. Like, Sasha Banks was not nice to me. Sasha Banks wouldn't even talk to me. But Billy Kay and Peyton Royce were sweet as pie. They were cool as fuck. They were funny. You know? I dig them, dude. And I'm glad. I hope they do well in AEW. I wish they did better in WWE. It wasn't their fault. We literally heard that Vince McMahon did not get them. Well, I got them, and I thought that they were funny. So, yeah, so it pisses me off that, like, some other company's going to have a loser belt, and everybody's going to think it's such a great, cool, funny, original idea. When it was my fucking idea 15 years ago, we've been doing it forever, except I can't use it the way I want to use it because everybody's too cool to be the loser. Except I've been a multi-time loser belt. How many times have I had the loser belt? Go look it up. I remember getting rolled up at the parking lot of Burger King for the loser belt by Pete Corvus. So, well, is GTS over? Well, again, the show's not getting the support that it needs. Like, we need an investor. We've had investors over the years, you know? I don't have any investors right now. We've had sponsored matches over the years. We don't have anybody sponsoring matches. Like, where's the fan base? And it's hurtful to me because I've moved on to another fan base, the Lolcow universe, right? You know, I work for Keemstar. I do Lolcow Nerds at midnights to 2 a.m. on a completely different channel, and it's streaming. And I see the way that the fan base supports the Lolcow universe And I'm like, well, why doesn't my fan base support GTS like this? You know, and it's like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is a community here. And the thing is that my community hates me. That's why the audience doesn't support me the way that the audience supports them, is my audience fucking hates me. And why does my audience hate me? Is because my audience hates me because of these fucks on my YouTube show that I wrestle with, that instead of supporting the show, working the loser belt, doing what's right for the audience and the fun, they only want to do what's right for themselves. See, I had the loser belt 20 fucking times. How many times has Ice-T Curtis been the loser belt? None. He refuses. How many times has Fran been the loser belt? None. She refused. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they refuse. Honestly, Fran and Ice-T are two of the easiest people to work with. But like Isaac Scythe, for example, dead up said, oh, if I ever had to be a loser belt, I'd leave. And I said, leave now. Leave now. Because if you're going to refuse a booking before it even happened, leave now. Doo-Hop had it, but yeah, Dave. So you guys got to understand, like I said, I tried to make a show, but a lot of times people don't want to do my ideas and people don't want to do my visions. You know, when the Cheenies and Mage and Doo-Hop and Jeff Noyes and Vince Sears, they all respected my vision, was when Brewery Brawl 2 happened. They all respected my vision, and what happened? Everybody won. And then they don't respect my vision, and now look what happens. We haven't had GTS wrestling in a month because they're not respecting my vision. We got a super chat here from My Fitness Journey 18. Been watching you since 2011 with the pranks at Super Pup. I was 10 then. I'm 23 now. Crazy to see how much the channel has grown. Don't stop. Thank you from My Fitness Journey 1860. Appreciate that so much. We got another super chat here. Richard Worley. When you seeing Lacey next? And can I get a shout out on her live stream, please? Richard Worley. Thank you for being here. So this is the funniest part is, thank you for watching me on Nerds on Lolcow and stuff. And yeah, I host the show, co-host it with Lacey. Me and her are the co-hosts of the show. But I haven't seen her in person. I don't hang out with her. We don't hang out anymore. We're not friends like that anymore. You know, we had a separation. There was a time where me and her just stopped talking altogether. And she moved on to Lolcow. Then I got hired on Lolcow and put with her. And they said, oh, yeah, you and Lacey are going to host a show together. I was like, you know, me and Lacey haven't even talked in 3 months. and they're like, well, I mean, is it a problem? I said, no, I'll work with anybody. I don't care. We've been working together and putting on good shows, but it's a completely different dynamic, you know? Excuse me. So I thank you guys for the super chats. I thank you guys for this, the Q&A portion of this show. And it's important because a lot of people are saying, like I said, the respect. You know, we've had the loser belt for so long. And the only people I could ever put the loser belt on are the guys that, well, like the loser belt is still on the show. Salvatore Penis has it, you know, but he's trying to fucking go into business for himself and steal the YouTube title. He's trying to meet somebody at the side of the road and fuck with us, you know. We've been doing the loser belt for years and years and years. Now it's being copied by someone else, and everybody thinks it's so cool and funny. But when I did it, everybody thinks Grim's an asshole trying to bury everybody and make them be losers. Dave, Sam Tweedy says, Dave, I'm in a wrestling school. Do you have any tips for an upcoming wrestler? Also, have been subbed since Doo-Hop had an English accent. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that so much. And thank you for the super chat. I'll tell you, if you're going to wrestling school, these are my tips. Number 1, tuck your chin. Number 2, ears open, mouth closed. Soak it all in and learn, right? And the other thing is anything that you're trying to do, put flair on it, okay? So if they're teaching you how to do a lockup, make it your lockup. You know what I'm saying? You're doing the wrist lock. Don't just do a wrist lock. Do a cool wrist lock. Whoop, got you. You know, do something original. You know, make everything fun and original like your own, and be entertaining. Don't just do moves. Do moves with purpose. Don't just do wrist locks. I can't stand when two guys are just doing like chain wrestling and they're not making facial reactions. They're not talking. They're just going through the motions. It's like, are you dancing to a song? You know what I mean? It's stupid. So entertain when you're there at wrestling school. And again, thank you for that super chat. That was a great question. This has been a fun Q&A so far. We've got a lot of great questions so far. I appreciate you guys for keeping it up. So when I say like we don't have people supporting the show, right? Like SWF is back. And you know why SWF is back? Because somebody's investing in SWF and paying for a venue and paying for a ring rental. And I was like, how come GTS doesn't have that? How do I get these people? You know, we need support. You know? I was never a person that could be carny enough to take advantage of people. You know, when the people that come wrestle on my show, I like to make sure that we have an even exchange of energy. You know, they're getting something out of it. I'm getting something out of it. It's an even exchange, you know? And I guess that sometimes it's true. Nice guys finish last. That I'm just too nice. Yeah, we're getting our asses kicked. And is GTS officially over? Well, tomorrow I'm going to do a stream. Tomorrow night I'm going to do a stream. I'm going to set it up. We're going to do it on Discord. And anybody from GTS who wants to join Discord and come on in can talk about it. And that goes to OGs. That's people that are currently involved, people that might want to return. I just don't understand why people, even GTS at our lowest, the Regal Rumble still did over 30,000 views. What wrestling show on YouTube are you going on that's going to consistently do 10 to 15,000 views? You know what I'm saying? We're kicking ass over here. Thank you, Richard Worley, for the super chat. Grim, are you coming to AEW All in London in August? If you come, I'd like to meet up at the event if I can get tickets. Richard, definitely not. I don't think I'm going to leave the country. The way that the world has been lately and the way that England has even been lately, I want to stay in the house as much as possible. So I definitely will not be to England. I mean, unless somebody came with a big sponsored trip and accommodations and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think I'll be leaving the country anytime soon. So, all right. So yeah, yesterday on GTS, we're trying to film a show. I get extremely frustrated because Salvatore Penis is there, again, up to something. We wind up spearing him. Ice-T Curtis winds up hurting his shoulder. Wind up, you know, getting real intense on the deck there. You guys saw it. And again, I'm in trouble. Everybody's getting mad at me for trying to fix this situation. Like, what are we supposed to do? Play patty cake with the fucking kid? You know what I'm saying? They're all, stop pouring water on his face. It's water. Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's so frustrating because here I am trying to solve a situation and trying to make a good show, and the roster's against me. They're all trying to stop me from handling the situation, and they're all acting like I'm a bad guy. And I said it in the video. I said for about 8 seconds we were all on the same page. We all went running after them, and we all captured them. We were all on the same page. And then they all turned on me again because, oh, you're being too tough on them. Guys, remember, if you want to interact, send the super chats like Richard Worley. I'll answer the questions. Grim, where is Katie tonight? Katie is at home. Again, Katie doesn't live with me. We're in the dating stage of our relationship. You know, and we live a decent amount apart from each other. So, you know, she spends the time. She comes over on the weekends. We hang out on the weekends. And today, what is it, Tuesday? Unfortunately, she's not here, and she is home. Go fuck yourself, Striker. I don't clickbait shit. I really did quit in the fucking video, so that was the official end of GTS. How's that clickbait? Okay? If GTS continues from here, it's because we're restarting it. But I quit, motherfucker, so how's it clickbait? Go fuck yourself. I would love to bring Hitman Jones back, but guess what? He doesn't wrestle anymore. You know, he's retired. He's moved on. He's in a different stage of his life. And it sucks because, you know, if my GTS roster was action figures, the show would be a lot different. You know, I can't book these people like they're action figures because they're real people with real lives. And they can't, you know. And I appreciate you guys supporting the content. I don't want to end GTS wrestling, but it can't continue in the form that it is now. It can't. Richard Worley, thank you for the 2. Have you had pancakes today? No, I did not, Richard. You know what I did have over the weekend? Katie made strawberry glazed cinnamon rolls, and I ate that for breakfast, and it was amazing. And then I had a salad for lunch. Me and Amy went out to lunch. I picked up Amy from school. We went out to lunch. We went to Chili's. I got the Santa Fe chicken salad from the Guiltless Grill because, I'm trying to be healthy. Is there going to be a redo Rumble? I said in the video, after I quit and after I ended GTS, well, you guys want to do a redo Rumble, we'll do a redo Rumble. But where do we go from there? What good is it? Is somebody going to fuck it up? Is somebody going to show up and try to ruin it? I'm switching to streaming. That's what I'm saying. Like, being interactive and doing the streams is doing this kind of stuff has become a lot more rewarding to me. I mean, I love interacting with you guys like this. And when I'm wrestling, getting kicked and making a video, it's not even live. I can't interact. Mike's Life 6902. Who is my Mount Rushmore of wrestling? And Richard Worley said it's Pancake Day in the UK. Man, I wish I could have some pancakes. I don't think I have any pancakes, and I don't want to order any. If I ordered DoorDash pancakes from IHOP, it's like $30. I'm not paying $30 for pancakes. Okay. Okay, my Mount Rushmore of wrestling for Mikey. Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, John Cena. There's zero argument with me. Nobody's bigger than those 4 guys. And, Shawn Michaels is a better wrestler than all of them. But he's not Mount Rushmore. These are the 4 guys that drove the business. Stone Cold, really, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, and John Cena. How can you even argue? They're the 4 pillars of pro wrestling. That doesn't mean they're the best wrestlers, but they're the 4 pillars of pro wrestling. They're the biggest draws. They're the top 4 names that have ever existed. No one's drawn close to those 4 guys. Not Ric Flair, not Sting, not Bret Hart, not Shawn Michaels. They've all not the Undertaker. He's a top guy for sure, top 10. But top 4, you can't beat Hogan, Rock, Austin, John Cena. You can't beat it. That's it. That's the 4. No, not Triple H isn't even close. Triple H might not even be top 10. Those are the top 4 drawing guys of all time. You put those guys on any marquee, the arena sells out. You put those guys anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Nobody draws the way they do. Nobody brought people to wrestling the way that those 4 guys do. That's not saying they're the best wrestlers. That's not saying they're the best performers. No. Shawn Michaels is the best wrestler. Best wrestler of all time is Shawn Michaels. So why isn't he on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling? Well, because he never drew the way that those 4 guys drew. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Richard Worley. Thank you, Richard. My Mount Rushmore of wrestlers is John Cena, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and Eddie Guerrero. Awesome. If you're making your top 4, your favorite wrestlers, then that's fine. I didn't make it my 4 top favorite wrestlers. I made it the 4 best wrestlers, the 4 top drawing, performing wrestling acts of all time. Top drawing. That's how I measured a Mount Rushmore should be the top 4 drawing performers of all time. My top 4 favorite wrestlers personally, Razor Ramon, Edge, Shawn Michaels, Brock Lesnar. Those are my top 4 personal favorites. But none of them belong on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. They weren't the biggest draws of all time. I want to do an action figure match live stream, Walter. I copied MJ. I didn't even know MJF did a Mount Rushmore. But MJF is right. And I'm friends with MJF, right? MJF started on my show, right? MJF stood in my Grammy's driveway after we did the sex tape ladder match. Which, if you don't believe me, let me pull it up here because a lot of people don't know me yet. So GTS MJF ladder match. Search. Okay. There it is. Grim versus MJF in a ladder match. So after we filmed that match, we stood in the driveway of my Grammy's house, because we filmed that at Grammy's house. And MJF said to me, he asked me, he said, Grim, how am I doing? I said, you're doing amazing, dude. He goes, I want to make it. I want to make it. Am I doing what's right to make it? And I said, yes. I said, you keep doing what you're doing. You're going to get to TV. I said, you keep doing what you're doing. You're going to make it to WrestleMania in 5 years. Now, keep in mind, AEW didn't exist at the time. But MJF was on TV within 5 years, and I'm so proud of him. Okay? So, you can't sit here and tell me nothing about no MJF, because me and him were friends, and he was on my show before any of you even knew who the fuck he was. MJF is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. From my Grammy's yard to the AEW Heavyweight Champion. Is AEW closing? No. AEW is doing amazing, you know. Yeah, MJF was on my show a bunch of times, right? MJF was a cop on my show, yeah. That was the first time he was ever on my show. He played the cop at Creative Pro. I bought the friggin' police outfit and brought it there, and I said, hey, Dan, you look like a cop. And then, you know what happened after that? He said to me the next time we talked, the next time we hung out, he's like, bro, he's like, everybody thinks I'm a cop now. They saw me in a cop uniform. Everyone says, oh, you're a cop? You're a cop? I didn't know you was a cop. He's like, I was a fucking Spirit Halloween costume. So, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the super chats, and thank you guys for interacting. It's Richard Worley. Grim, my favorite was Kofi Kingston in 2014. Got his autograph when I went down to the event in Cardiff 2014, but I don't like him now. Holy shit. Yeah, you want to know something cool about Kofi? Kofi Kingston was a GTS fan. Both Kurt Hawkins and Dolph Ziggler, when I met them, they told me, yeah, you know, me and whoever else watches it. And they both told me that Kofi has watched my show and watched my figure shows and watched the wrestling. And I was like, that's so cool, you know? And the thing is, I never got to talk to Kofi about it. I never got to meet him yet. The only time I saw Kofi was at the Royal Rumble when he was riding around on Xavier Woods' shoulders. And they were yelling at me. They didn't like my New Day shirt. They said it wasn't official. And meanwhile, it was a shirt from Ringside Collectibles. And Ringside Collectibles sent me the shirt. And yes, Dashing Dalton, it's not clickbaiting because I did quit in multiple videos. Like, you know, I'm allowed to quit and then unquit. Like, people retire and then unretire. People leave social media and then come back. It's not clickbait if I really quit. And I did quit. And you know why I quit? Because I'm sick of bullshit like this. I have to sit here and fucking explain my goddamn title of a video when... You know what's clickbait? Guys, John Cena came to my house, and it's me sitting in the living room with John Cena. And then you click on the video, and there's no fucking John Cena. That's clickbait. When I say, I quit, and then you go and you click on the video, and you see Grim in the video going, I quit. That's not clickbait, you fucking idiot. That's not clickbait, you fucking idiot. It's actually happening. It actually happened in the fucking video. Shut your fucking mouth. So annoying. Will we ever get Grim versus BDE? I would love to. Somebody book it. There's promotions out there. You guys can book whatever the fuck you want. Grim, saw you ask Kofi for popcorn and he said no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because they were mad about my shirt. I don't know if the interaction about my shirt was on camera or not. But thank you, Richard, for that super chat. But yeah, so Ringside Collectibles sent me a New Day shirt. And it was blue. And it was what I wore to that event. And then they saw and they said, that's a knockoff shirt. We didn't get paid for that. And I'm like I did it or something. Like I was stealing from them. And I was just like, what? I was like, no. I was like, Ringside Collectibles sent me this shirt. I was like, it's a great shirt. I don't know. I didn't mean to upset them, and I feel bad. And yeah, Kofi wouldn't give me popcorn because he said I wasn't wearing his proper shirt. Okay. I hope they know that I was supporting them, not Like, I mean, I'm wearing your shirt. That means I love you. I wouldn't wear your shirt if I was trying to steal from you or hate on you. I didn't know that the shirt wasn't fucking legit. I got it from Ringside Collectibles. Maybe Ringside got screwed. You know? So, I don't know what the fuck happened with that. And, how do you become a GTS wrestler? Well, first of all, the number one way you become a GTS wrestler is you got to live in the area. Too many people message me, hi, I'm from Idaho. I want to be on GTS. I'm like, well, I live in New Jersey, bro. How are you going to be on GTS? So first of all, you got to live in New Jersey or close enough that you can get here regularly. That's the number one thing. And then if you do, message me on Twitter or Instagram. Well, put it this way. I'm reading the comments and I answer what I want to answer, but I will answer if you send a super chat. But if I'm not answering it and you keep answering it over and over again, I see it. I don't feel like answering it. So if I'm not answering it and you asked a bunch of times, it's probably because I want a super chat to talk about it, or I don't feel like talking about it at all. And the only way I would is with a super chat. Now, if I see your question and I answer it immediately, then that's fine. So, like Map just asked, where's the Where Are They Now videos? I feel like I covered everybody important. And, like, there's nobody else that people are really asking for except, like, background characters that people forget. And it's like, when people don't know who the fucking characters are that I'm talking about, then, okay. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you guys, and I appreciate. There's going to be a Lolcow Nerd tonight. I'll be streaming with Lacey at midnight, 2 a.m. It's every weeknight. And on Fridays, Katie's here with me because Katie sleeps over on Fridays, and Katie chills with me. So it's me, Katie, Lacey, and whoever else. Sometimes Tina D sits in, not my ex-wife Tina, but Tina D from Lolcow, and other people and stuff. Excuse me. I've been sick for weeks. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Sam Tweedy, I wish I could get money to come wrestle on GTS. Well, where are you from, Sam? I'm judging by the fact that you sent pounds, probably the UK. So that would be a hike for you to fly over here. I'm not beefing with Ace Marksman right now. Not at all. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think I talked a little shit, and then he got his panties in an uproar, and I was like, do something. That's how I am. I talk shit. We're wrestling, and I'm going to talk shit, and I'm going to talk about the characters, and I'm going to talk people. And, if that's what you're going to do, and you're going to be on my show, of course I'm going to talk shit, especially if you're Ace Marksman out there, marksman being a shit ass. So I talked shit. He got his panties in an uproar. I said, do something. Show up. Christmas Chaos. Show up. Regal Rumble. Guess what? Garbage Beard didn't show up at either one of them because he's a puss and he can go fuck himself. Grim, did you see Ace Marksman got mad at E-Money because E-Money called this show bad? Yeah, and that's the thing, because, whenever Marksman sees trouble on GTS, he always tries to insert himself. And Marksman's like, oh, hey, E-Money, if you're upset with GTS, why don't you come here to LTW? He always does that shit. He always inserts himself. Like, go fuck yourself. If me and my roster are having an issue, we're going to work it out. We don't need you trying to fucking bring people to LTW. Like that pisses me off, because it's like, again, I'm supposed to not be in a beef with them. We're supposed to be friends and mutual working. But whenever somebody at LTW has a problem, I don't go messaging them saying, oh, hey, come to GTS. I wait for them to reach out to me and say, oh, hey, Grim, is there any room for me at GTS? I don't go reaching out to them. So E-Money told them off properly. E-Money says, oh, you're going to reach out to me when I'm in a problem with GTS? Go fuck yourself. Your show sucks. All right, I got a super chat here from Spankit52. Hey, Grim, I've been watching since 2012. I'm 21 now, and your videos have always been the best and make my day. Love you, man. Thank you, Spankit. I appreciate that so much. That's an awesome comment. I appreciate that you've been watching me for a long time, because we've been through some shit, haven't we? Yeah, we've been through some shit here, man. 2 divorces. My second divorce isn't finalized yet. But I'm very close to working on that, and very close to things being way different with that situation. They're already kind of different. The social restraints or whatever it was called was dropped. Like, I could talk about it again without getting in trouble with the court, you know? But the thing is, I don't want to talk about it again. You know, I don't want to talk about my ex-wife. I don't want to talk about the situation that happened. I don't want to talk about what led up to it. This is all you guys really need to know about that. And this is how I like to say, you know, there was a point where me and that woman, our energy aligned. And then there became a point where our energy no longer aligned and we started growing apart. And the problem is with a relationship, when you start growing apart, you kind of don't realize you're growing apart. And you're like, wait a minute, what's happening here? This isn't working. And then all of a sudden you're completely apart and you still didn't break up yet. And then you either got to realize, hey, this isn't working anymore. Let's break up mutually. Or you let it get bad enough to where you start hating each other and fights and cop calling and things being said that can't be taken back. So that's why I'm a law of detachment person now. And that's what I'm saying. As soon as I feel negative energy, boom, it's time to separate. It's okay. You know, and I said, if you recognize it early, then you can still be cool with the person. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened both times is I stayed in a situation too long with two ex-wives. I stayed in a situation too long to where we grew to very much become enemies, despising each other, hating each other. I mean, imagine hating two people, you know. Update on the Burger 25 thing, Leon. This is basically what happened with that situation. And it was explained to me that that wasn't the first time that happened, but that was just the breaking point. So when they say, oh, well, that was the breaking point for me where I'm going to say something, that these men at that restaurant were making gross gestures to my kid, you know, and that this was just the breaking point that they said something to me because they were that upset. And I very much just wanted to go to the restaurant and say, you know, this is gross. Why is this happening? You know, fix it, you know, and it's, you know, I didn't say fire people or hurt people or anything. It was just, I wanted my daughter to feel safe so I could still go there and have hamburgers because I like the food. You know, like I wanted my kid to not feel like, no, they're gross. I don't want to go there. I was like, but, you know, going in there, then I found out that, well, the people very much dismissed everything I had to say. They didn't believe it. And then when I said something publicly, then they attacked me and my kid as liars. And we got very much tons of hate sent my way. So I shut it down. I said, well, people would rather care about a hamburger than care about how the place made a child feel. And my child wasn't the only one because other people reached out and said they had a similar experience. And I was like, oh no, that's terrible. I hate that. I wish they took it seriously and that they fixed it rather than telling us to go fuck ourselves, you know? So, but whatever, they did. So there's other hamburger places to eat at, and that's it. So that's where we're at with that. What's up, Richie? Says, nice to meet you. Good, big fan of you. I really want to meet you in person someday. And, you know, and I would love to do some live wrestling events again coming up in the future. You know, we're talking about Brewery Brawl 3 coming late spring. Would love to do that. That's in the infant stages. Yo, Louis Jr.'s here. The Lulu Smash. You know, and that's the thing. You know, again, trying to make a wrestling show. Okay? That's one of the things, breaking kayfabe. You know, it's real. Me and Louis don't hate each other. Louis is a wrestler on my show, you know, and I'm trying to teach Louis and level Louis up because I believe in him, you know, and I think that Louis is going to do some amazing things in this business, and I want to lead him there. I want to show him the way, you know. Thank you, Melvin. I appreciate that. I try. I'm not the best person. I could be an asshole sometimes, but like, this is the thing. I always move with good intentions. Sometimes my good intentions cause bad consequences. And then I'm like, oh, shit. And I fuck up, you know. But I'll always take accountability for it, you know. And in that situation last week, some people said I handled it wrong or I went too far, whatever. And I apologize to those people that felt hurt. But you know what? It sucks what happened, but it is what it is. Hey, Deathly Scorpion, what's up, dude? Cut a promo on my herniated disc in my back, causing me horrible leg pain. Oh, thank you, Deathly Scorpion. So yeah, you guys send in 5, and I cut promos. So we're going to cut a promo right now. Listen here, you herniated disc bitch that's causing the horrible leg pain to my dude, Deathly Scorpion. Go fuck yourself, you back pain having ass fucking nerve. Get out of his body and leave his ass alone, because you're a bitch ass weak nerve causing a bunch of pain to a person who don't deserve it. You dipshit dumb nerve ass. Get your fucking disc back in order and let the dude feel better, or the disc is gonna get shoved up your ass and put through a table. How was that, Deathly? How was that? Awesome. Thank you, Walter. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I'm allowed to have, everybody's allowed their own opinion, But sometimes it's not opinion, sometimes it's the fact. Sometimes it's, well, I see one thing one way and you see something the other way. Definitely said I made his evening. I'm so happy to hear that, dude. See that? Measly $5, supports the show, and I made his evening. We got interaction, we had some fun. I did a little promo for him. I love you guys. Like, I love doing this. Like, I was going to, like, record a vlog today. And I was like, what am I going to vlog about? Like, I'm here by myself. I was hanging out with Amy. But, Amy doesn't like to vlog. Me and Amy, we're talking about life. We're talking about what's going on in the world, And it's like, I don't want to, the limited time I have with my kid, I don't want to work. So I was like, I'm not going to make a vlog today. And then I was like, you know what? I'd rather come on here and interact with you guys and talk, And like I said, do a Q&A. You guys send the super chat. The more that you guys send in of a super chat, like, the more details I'll talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's like $1. You say, hey, Grim, this, that, or the other thing. And I'll give $1. I'll say yes or no. But you give me like 10 or 20, I'll go in full fucking details. So, people ask me my politics. Grim is a Trump fan. You know what? I'm a fan of people who do the right thing. Sometimes I like Trump and the Republicans. Sometimes I like the Democrats and their message. And sometimes I think the Democrats are ridiculous and unhinged and unreasonable. And sometimes I think the Republicans are unhinged and unreasonable. And I think that it's great that we have two parties to balance each other out. Yes, I'm a centrist. I'm very much a centrist. And I feel there's an old saying, okay? And it's kind of true, because when I was young, I was very liberal. And I feel like a lot of young people are liberal. And then you get older and you kind of start becoming more like a conservative. And you're like, why? And then you realize a lot of older people are conservative. And then there was an old saying, and it says, if you're young and you're not a liberal, you don't have a heart. If you're old and you're not a conservative, you don't have a brain. And I said, oh my God. And I said, well, I'm very much in the center, because sometimes I agree with them, and sometimes I think they're fucking crazy. And sometimes I think they're fucking agree with them, and sometimes I think they're fucking crazy. And if you really go down the rabbit hole and you really study the conspiracies, you got the left wing, you got the right wing. Same bird, bro. The same bird. They're all on the same team. They just like to have two teams to point the finger at each other. And yeah, Charlie Kirk was getting wise to all the nonsense, and that's why they had to remove him. And if you think that the transgender kid did it, you're wrong. They used him as a patsy. The transgender kid did not shoot Charlie Kirk. The kid that was running and jumping off the buildings did not shoot Charlie Kirk. He was the patsy that they propped him up and said, yeah, go up there and shoot at him. But no, some real professional assassin actually killed Charlie Kirk. And then they pinned it on that kid. And that's, the Epstein files have confirmed so many conspiracy theories. That's what me and Lacey were talking about last night on Lockout Nerds, and what we'll be talking about again tonight on Lockout Nerds. Tonight on Lockout Nerds, we're going to be talking about the Antarctica and the portal that they found down there and all that kind of stuff. Oliver likes when I do the Memphis voice. Oh, what your shutdown was. Bro, is he not the most difficult, annoying person on the fucking planet? Yeah, dude. What happened to my water? I guess I drank it all. Let's go get another water, because I'm dying of thirst. And I can show you guys the toy room. Oh, you know what else I wanted to do? I showed you guys these yesterday. Discount code GRIM saves 10%, wrestlingfigures.com. Rhea Ripley and the Seth Rollins, and where'd the fucking other one go? Oh, he's on the floor. He's on the floor. I'm so thirsty. But brother, here's the Hulkster. And then you see we got the Huggy Wuggies and stuff there, right? Bro, but guess what? I got new Transformers too. So let's go get some water, and then we're gonna open the Transformers. There they are. I got some cool ass Transformers that I want to show you guys. And I want to show you the Transformer room, because it's coming along. So let's go down there. I'll do that for the last couple minutes of the stream here. I like to spend an hour with you guys and connect. Have a nice hour stream with y'all. I like to read all the comments, see what you guys got to say, see what's on your mind. Okay, so here we are in the Transformer room. The Transformer room is coming along more than the wrestling room. And the reason for that is I have so much more Transformer stuff. I'm trying to get it out of the way so I'm not so overwhelmed with the wrestling stuff. So that's what I've been trying to do. And I did get a package that I want to open because I got some new Transformers. And I'm excited to check them out. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Jason said, I'm his childhood, man. Thank you so much for that. Like, that means a lot to me, man. I realized, like, yes, I've been doing this 15 years, and that a lot of people grew up with me. Like, the way, you know, I grew up with stuff. And then I'm like, oh my God, you guys grew up with me? That's so cool. And guess what? I'm still here for y'all. You know, like I said, you can still come here and interact and still check out the toys. And we're still going to have fun here, you know? Like I said, this is the Grimm's Toy Show. Like, the toy rooms are coming back. I'm building them back. I lost momentum right after Christmas. And I'll be honest with you. The weather, getting sick, the weather is depressing, the cold, like, the way my house is designed, this room and the other room were like a converted outdoor garage and outdoor rooms. So it's like, they're cold. When it's 12 degrees out, they're still cold in here. What happened to Stan? Dude, did you know that Stan, the biggest fan, designs the tattoos and the paint apps and stuff for a lot of the wrestling figures? Hell yeah. Thank you, Melvin. Melvin likes chilling, spending quality time with the Grimster. All right, so these are the Transformers I got. I got Blast Off, part of Bruticus, which I'm hyped to put together. Here's the other part to him, Brawl. I got this one last month. So I got these two so far. I think. Oh, and I got Vortex, the helicopter. He's already open. Studio Series Soundwave. Thundercracker Studio Series. Sick. Oh my God, the Missing Link RC. I'm so excited for this one. And then Wind Charger. Oh wait, what the fuck is this? Oh. And then Wind Charger, which is another Studio Series. Badass, you guys. Always exciting to get new stuff. And the Missing Link RC is so Generation 1, which is the figures that came out when I was a child, 40 something years ago. They never released RC. Because they said little boys in the 80s aren't going to buy a pink girl Transformer. So they never made it. They finally made the prototype from the 80s, 40 freaking years later, and here it is. This is so cool. This is like, and pink is my favorite color. And I already have a couple versions of RC, like right there. That's a pink. That's a version of her. And then there's a version of her right there. But the thing about it is while, yes, there's other versions of them, this was the original version that was never actually made. So I'm hype as hell to have it now. And I'm going to open it. Yeah, I still have my PlayStation 5. Like, dude, this is the thing. Like, I was never a big gamer. Oh, we got a super chat from Deathly Scorpion. I wish you'd get into Dragon Ball. It would be funny to see Bork Laser fight Goku. Bro, and that's the thing. Like, I'm into so many things. that like I'm like I don't have time for more things. You know what I mean? Nothing against Dragon Ball, seems all cool and stuff, but I never got into it. But yeah, I'm opening my RC. I'm excited for this, you guys. And this is a figure that you can't get at the store. You can only get this at like online. Only online. Like you're not gonna find this at Target. You know. Whoa! I expected this to be a lot bigger, but I guess the size actually makes sense. Oh my god, this is so fucking cool. And it's die cast, just like it would have been in the fucking 80s. So like, yeah, they said that little boys in the 80s, this wouldn't fit in the Transformers line, even though it was a character on the TV show, because little boys aren't gonna play with a pink girly doll type character. Bro, this would have been my number one want as a kid. Like, I loved pink. I don't know. Pink was my favorite color. Pink like pussy. Oh, it's badass, and I'm so excited to have it. And I don't want to wreck the box either. This is like one of those things that like you can put it back in the box and it goes right back in the box perfectly. You know? So this is really cool. This is really special. Thank you for being here with me for this, you guys. Please make it official. Lisi versus Mage inside the steel cage. Okay, Lisi doesn't wrestle on GTS and is not on GTS anymore and is not going to be back to GTS. And the reason being is she streams on Lolcow, does 2 shows and works a regular job. And the energy doesn't align anymore. Like, Lisi on GTS Wrestling doesn't make sense anymore. It made sense at the time, and it doesn't anymore because she's not a wrestler. In addition to that, I don't know when Mage is returning. You guys got to all message Mage. Y'all got to get on her comments on Instagram and be like, yo, when you coming back? We miss you, because I don't know if she's coming back, but we need Mage back. And if you want Mage back, we gotta go say, yo, Mage, come back. So yes, Salvatore Penis versus Vince Series at Grimomania. That's he wants opportunities. That's the opportunity he's gonna get. It's gonna be grand. Okay, so yeah, put all the box back together. Oh wait, well I didn't put the directions in it. Well, that's because whoa, Sam Tweedle. Well, I reckon it's your boy Bork Laser. And I reckon it's your boy Sam Tweedy. I appreciate the super chat and whatnot. Yep. Like I've been sick, and like I wanted to do an action figure video, but because I've been sick, I'm worried that I'm not gonna be able to do the voices properly because I can't even really hear myself properly. I mean, I reckon that boy. Okay, yeah. So here's my RC Transformer. I'm so excited for it. And now here's the thing. I got to set up my G1s, right? All my G1s are still packed away in storage. And I want to bring them in here and I want to set them up. I want to put them on this shelf. That's all wrestling. Then I got to move to the wrestling room before I can. I need to get to fucking work in here, you guys. What do you guys think? One's in the chat if I should invite Mark the Shark over to help me. Because Mark the Shark, number one, he lives local. Number two, he's just been chilling. And, you know, me and him are cool. You know, I don't think we have beef. I think it would be cool if he came over and helped me, you know, do my shelves. I mean, you know, if he wants to. But a lot of people that are into toys like coming over here and just being in the energy of all the toys. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, like, fuels toy people. Just being surrounded by all these action figures is fucking cool. We just had I don't know if you guys can hear it. There's like a helicopter outside. There's a You guys hear it? I don't know. Ooh, just got a big one here. Team Sky member Paper Mario King. Oh, Team Sky member Paper Mario King. Thank you for the big super chat. Speaking of GTS, I was wondering how Grey Wolf Raventhorn is doing. Wondering if he got a new house since the last time we heard an update that he was homeless. He was a cool wrestler. The sad part is the only update that I have is that he completely disconnected from social media. He completely disconnected from wrestling, and he resigns himself to, I guess, like a normal job. So he's working a normal job and he's taking care of himself. He's not homeless. Mm. You know, but he's not like pursuing wrestling and passion anymore. He basically said like kind of wrestling ruined him. And a lot of people have said that wrestling has ruined them, where, you know, they put their everything into it to make it and they just didn't make it. Mm. And, you know, and it's hard when you're trying to make it and you don't make it. You know, it's hard. And especially when you put your life on hold for it, you know. That's one of the things I learned. You know, I'll never put my life on hold for anything anymore. I've done that in the past. Jesse, thank you so much, Jesse, for the 2. I appreciate you so much. You know, I've put my life on hold for so many things, for so many people, for so many goals. I've put, you know, I put my wrestling dreams on hold for a job, you know, and I put my job dreams on hold for a person, you know, and so many times I've let things stand in my way and no longer. Like, that's the one thing I've learned is to be successful in life, no matter where you are, you have to stay your path. You stay your path and what works for you, you know, and you have to know, though, you have to you have to understand your own abilities and talents, because if you can't speak well, you're not going to be a very good stand-up comedian, you know, and you have to understand if you're not very good at something. You have to be honest with yourself. Some people say never give up, but you're not good at something, you know, and I respect the drive, the never give up attitude. I love that. But if you're not good at something, it's never going to work out for you, you know. Grey Wolf was amazing at what he did, you know. I don't understand in his respect of why he didn't go farther and why he didn't connect. You know, I don't get it. I did as much as I could do for him and his character. You know, we gave it a platform. People loved it. You know, and you know, it's up to him to take that next step and to get farther with it. You know, and I don't know why he was unable to. I don't understand. But I know why I'm at where I'm at in my life, and it's because of the choices I made and the position I put myself in, and also realizing, you know, when, you know, I was very delusional when I was young, and I said I want to be on WWE, which was F at the time. I want to be on WWF, you know, and now I'm 6 feet tall, but at the time I was 5'10", and I was 19 years old, and I was skinny. I was like 212 pounds, like skinny fat, you know, uh, and I wanted to be a wrestler. And I went to wrestling school with Iron Mike Sharp, and I trained with Iron Mike Sharp, Nova, Stevie Richards, and I got booked pretty quickly by a local promoter, EWA, and they gave us our first match at the bowling alley. What's up, Jesse? Can you follow me on X, Jesse? Is that Psycho Jesse? Oh, message me. We'll take a look. So they gave me an opportunity to wrestle. You know, my first match was a 6-man tag tables match, and we went through 6 tables in that match, and it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling. But I was wrestling against my friends. My second match, I wrestled guys that were a lot bigger than me, and I got handled like bad. And I was like second guessing it, right? And then my third match came up, and it was at Asbury Convention Hall, and it was against the same team that we just wrestled, the guys that were bigger than me. They were called the Reckless Bullies. And there were 2 guys that were way bigger than me, and they kicked the shit out of me. But now the opportunity came up to wrestle them again at Asbury Convention Hall in a tables match. And I was like, wow. Okay, because I wanted to be on ECW. I wanted to do tables matches. I wanted to be on WWF. I wanted to be like the Dudley Boys. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. The Dudley Boys were like brand new at the time, keep in mind. And only on ECW. Okay, so, because this was like 1999, 2000. Okay, so I get this match. I'm booked at Convention Hall. And like I said, I was on the fence of whether I wanted to be a wrestler or not because those big dudes handled me in that last match. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize these guys are a lot bigger than me, right? So we get to Convention Hall, and I'm going to do the tag team match. And one of the spots, I was going to do like a Rob Van Dam 5-star frog splash off the top rope to the outside through a table onto the fat guy laying on the table. Big wooden tables like ECW. So before the show, the ring crew's setting up the ring. The wrestlers are there early. Everybody's practicing. You hear a motorcycle. Bam Bam Bigelow rode his motorcycle into Convention Hall because it's a big open door. He rode it right up to the wrestling ring, and he parked his motorcycle right in front of the wrestling ring. And I was like, holy crap, it's Bam Bam Bigelow. And he's like, hey, you guys got the big show today. Who are you guys? What do you do? And he wasn't even booked on the show. He just lives there and was coming to see the wrestling. Who was coming to wrestle, So it was me, my buddies, a couple of the other wrestlers. There were some serious-ass wrestlers there. One of the serious-ass wrestlers was the Pitbulls from ECW. Gary Wolf and Anthony... Gary Wolf and Anthony... What the hell was his name? The one that passed away. Pitbull 1 and Pitbull 2. Anyway. Doink the Clown, Matt Bourne was there. Gilbert was there. No, it's just... Okay. Thank you, Jesse, for the 2. It's Jesse54033 on X. All right, cool. Shit, I didn't bring my other phone down, but message me on X. Send me my DMs are open. Message me and I'll follow you, Jesse. Thank you. Okay. So I'm in the ring. Bam Bam Bigelow climbs up into the ring. He starts throwing guys around. And he comes over to me and he goes, take a Beal. Now, if you guys don't know what a Beal is, that is when the guy grabs you under your arm, right? Like, and throws you. Like, you know what I mean? It looks like he's just kind of, you take like a little hop and they yeet you. They kind of throw you and you do a big flip, right? So, Bam Bam Bigelow goes to give me a Beal. And he throws me so far. He threw me like I was a toy. He threw me like I was a stuffed animal. I went... Now, the thing is, take a Beal, you give yourself a little jump. You try to jump up as high as you can, and then you flip. Okay? All of a sudden, I'm flying in the air, and the wrestling ring looks like this big below me. And I'm like, oh, God, I hope I still land in the ring as I'm tucking my head. Right? And I come down, boom, right against, like, right before the turnbuckle. Boom. I went flying so high and so far. I'd never been thrown so high and far in my life. And then I had to go do that tables match with the big guys later in the show. The tables match went great. We kicked ass. It was fun. I got to do the frog splash. I got a holy shit chant. It was great. And then I did a bunch more matches after that. The match where I almost got my jaw broke. That's a story for another day. But I wanna hop off the stream. I like doing an hour with y'all. It was fun. I'm checking Wrestling Days. I love Wrestling Days. I'd love to hang out with Wrestling Days. Checking out your guys' questions. Again, if you guys want to send in a quick last super chat, we'll give it like 1 more minute. Otherwise, I'm going to pop off. I thank you guys for asking your questions and sending the super chats with those questions. But, yeah, so, like I said, Bam Bam Bigelow made me question myself of do I really want to be on WWE, And then I made the choice, no, I don't. And if I want to pursue wrestling, I'll just do it on the independents, And then when I started YouTube, it was, I just want to do it on YouTube for my own self, And it's like, would I try to get WWE? Oh, sure. If they gave me an opportunity, sure. Of course I would. But, like, people are like, well, you never made it to WWE. Bitch, does it look like I'm even trying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been in the fucking gym. I could be in shape like Chris Danger and BDE if I was really fucking trying. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jesse, for texting me on X. I'll go check that out. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all supporting the stream. Tomorrow, we're going to have a GTS stream on Discord. We might have the wrestlers join us. That'll be on my Silly Super Pop channel. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the bell, turn on the notifications. And if you're not down with that, I got 3